You may begin.
Oh, you want me to explain now? I thought you were
Yes.
just going to
Do
do.
the recap,
Hey,
man.
oh, okay. So after we got done with the market, we started talking about, hey, there's people gone missing. Some for some reason Tusk was in a dress. I don't know. That's not weird. It's not weird. It's 2.25. Maybe not in this game, but but we started to talk about it. And we decided to ask around. We kind of figured out we could go to the docks, where the old docks, where we were doing a little bit of our investigation. We checked the beach, we checked the dock. We found these two little drain areas that can open up and shut. There, shut. That could be possibly a way into where they are. We also figured out the discovery of them being the people that wanted to go disappearing have also maybe have connections with the drugs. I forget the name of the drugs on the top of my head. I don't remember if we said what they were. Anyway, yeah.
It's
After
called
our
Minor
investigation, we just
Surprise.
minor surprise. Okay. Yeah, it was called minor surprise. After that, after a little investigation, we decided to just rest up because we've been on the road and we've been through a lot and we have not slept since the session one. And we went to this nice inn that also had a lot of entertainment, which had a C elf who was also a singer, and we tried to have our we tried to have stare at a bath. Everybody got something to eat. Then we discussed about our plans next. As after we rest, that we would go into maybe one of those sewer tunnels and see if we can find anything else. And I believe that's where we ended after our sleep.
All right. Thank you very much. Take your point of inspiration. As a reminder, this acts
Yes.
as a luck point you can use before the end of the session.
Yes.
Okay. So, yes, you all bed down for a long rest. And when you all wake up, as a reminder, as well, you all do have some temporary hit points, thanks to the effect of B, the owner and proprietor of the Siren
Right.
Song Inn, who is a Twilight Domain cleric.
Yeah.
Um,
Nice.
My notes say Twilight Domain Cleric, Sheep Satyr, Southern.
yes, she is. And as you all wake up, additionally, and just a reminder, because I'm trying to remember which rooms everybody got. I think if I remember correctly, y'all got one suite and then a double room. If I remember
I
correctly.
believe so. That was correct.
Maori and Tusk have the double, looks like.
Yeah, and then I think Sarah and Lavellian were splitting the suite with
Yeah.
Fengear, and then actually, wait, no, you guys might have gotten two double rooms
Yeah.
because I remember that Lachlan still needed a room.
Yeah.
Fengir is sleeping on the bed. He is that kind of dog.
Good.
Let's see here.
Ooh,
So yeah, as y'all wake up, y'all should have, if I remember correctly, it should be 11 temp HP.
Yep, 11 temp HP.
Yep. Yep. I remember it there. It's right there.
Yup.
And since you all got the suite and the double rooms, you do have breakfast included. You do have baths. The only thing that you do have to
Mm-hmm.
pay for is lunch and dinner and drinks. And even then, I think those of you that got the suite have some free drink vouchers.
Oh yeah.
We do. We'll drink after the mission. We don't get wasted.
I feel like I gave mine to
At least that's what
somebody.
Sarah will say.
But yeah, you all wake up to the smell of breakfast cooking, as well as you hear the sound of the rain still coming down. It seems the storm has not ceased at all since last night. It is still coming down heavy. And you actually see,
Yeah.
as you all leave your rooms and begin to file into the main gathering area for the morning, Dorian seems to be kind of like fiddling with a strange crystal behind the bar, and inside of it you can see kind of like a like small meteorological system, like a little bit of clouds moving, as well as like thunder crashing and rain going down as he's like fiddling with it and looking over it. As he looks up at those of you coming in and goes, "Welcome in, loves. Your forecast for the day, of course, is unfortunately stormy, and it seems it will continue to be that way. Uh, seems like rain is on the horizon. It won't be sunny for a while."
It's all right. We'll manage.
Well, breakfast this morning is a fine lobster bisque with fresh bread, eggs, and a little tomato sauce. So feel free to help yourself, and if you need anything else, just flag me or B down, or additionally one of the wait staff. And looking around, you finally, at evening time, you didn't see any additional wait staff, but now looking around, you do see kind of in the morning, since it is a busier time and more of the guests are awake, as you see a bunch of people kind of like coming out of that communal room that they had talked about. A lot of different people in different clothes. You can see like different walks of life, all kind of tired and some energized. But as you look around, you see the wait staff are actually a bunch of dryads that kind of like meld into the floorboards and surrounding um, walls and woodwork of the inn itself, and kind of like come out with apron on, and will like hand out trays of stuff, and then kind of like meld back into the wood and just vanish and disappear, and then they'll pop up somewhere else.
Nice.
Huh. Interesting.
Lachlan accidentally fills up on bread.
Accidentally, you say?
Yes.
Accidentally.
And he puts
You're
it
like
in
the
his
person that eats all the
pockets.
breadsticks at the Olive Garden.
just because, first off, I hate that. And second off, how dare you? I will say that Lachlan can fill up on bread, but it has to come at the cost of still ingesting some lobster bisque in the form of a lobster bisque bread bowl.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ooh.
That is my only compromise I will accept.
But, by all means, Lachlan also like just puts some bread in his pockets for later.
Yeah, I imagine you eat a bread bowl and then you just start grabbing
You're gonna
bread
get
off the table and
soggy.
just stuffing it in your pockets.
Hmm.
I might get hungry
You're
later,
literally going
lads.
swimming in the sewer. You do know those are gonna get wet. That's wet bread. That's gonna be wet. We're gonna be going into a sewer.
I
Or
put
like
the
a
bread
drain.
back.
As you like put the bread back, Fingear is like panting and like looking happy, and then out of his torso, like off the side compartment, pops out like a thermos. If you want to fill up some soup for later.
Lachlan does so. Who's a good
I
dog?
imagine that, like, because of Lachlan's horrible habits, like, Fingear does come with snack compartments.
Oh yeah.
Whether or not they're full is entirely another problem.
Originally
Just start filling
the
'em.
hidden compartments were designed to hide weapons, but Lachlan has repurposed them for snacks.
Mm.
Like
I
they were
imagine at
supposed to
some
hide
point-
tools and weapons, but like just snacks, skills everywhere.
I imagine at some point during one of Fingear's earlier iterations, you tried to put in, like, a coffee maker, and it just became one of those, like, situations with like a workplace coffee maker where it just gets so nasty because no one cleans it, and then you just finally were like, I'm taking this out. We're not
Yeah.
doing this.
Every time I put in a coffee maker, you explode. I'm sorry, we can't keep doing this.
Oh.
It's okay, lad. It's okay.
But yeah, y'all have a nice little breakfast. And as you're eating, one of the dryads comes up to your table and just goes, "Hi there, my name's Misty. I'm the room service dryad. I saw that only one of your rooms had the do not disturb sign on it, so I left it alone. However, while I was going through one of the rooms, I did find this." And I just wanted to go ahead and make sure that you all got it. And she hands you a note that is very clearly written in like Tusk's handwriting. That just says "doing recon later." And then below it, like in Mouty's little chicken scratch, it just says, "We're going to the sewers. We'll be fine." And then there's like a little drawing of his face and Tusk's face. So it's just like a little chibi Mouty with a cowboy hat, a little chibi Tusk looking grumpy.
No, I hope
Resting
they
bitch
stay
face
safe.
Tusk.
Yeah. And that's the only note that y'all have.
Wonderful.
Oh.
I guess they
we
couldn't
were about
sleep.
to, we were all gonna go together. Why did they? Hmm.
Maybe they couldn't sleep at night and had to stretch their legs. Who knows? I can't keep doing the accents. I'm just going to settle on this.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could perfectly
Well-
like do your regular speaking voice. I will still
Yeah.
know it's you because Lachlan speaks to authority with a way that I know Storm would never.
Stone speaks with respect and courtesy, whereas Lachlan is belligerent and cocky.
Yes,
Amen.
exactly.
Well, better finish your breakfast and catch up with them. Good grief, they're gonna get themselves hurt.
Lachlan puts
Did
more.
we already have this? 'Cause I've already told Tusk stop being reckless.
I mean, the man's as sturdy as a bear. I'm sure he'll be fine. And Maori,
We don't know what we're
God,
getting into.
who knows if anything can find him?
Hmm.
He's tall. I'm pretty sure he's a tall, very tall orc. He's noticeable.
No. Yeah, Tusk is noticeable, but he's built like a bear. Maori, the dude just vanishes.
This is true.
Uh-huh.
Hold on,
But
they
they went
might be
together,
hungry.
so
I packed some more bread for Tusk inside Fangio.
Can you
Wet
pass
bread.
some of the soup for me?
With bread, yeah. It's gonna be rancid.
Uh, yes, if y'all want to pack additional like soup and bread, you can certainly do that.
Hell yeah.
Save me a cup.
I will say there are because I did run through this with Red and Zammy. There are a few things that you all learned last session. Um, so in addition to like the minor surprise, the person primarily dealing that was the guy that spoke a lot like Mouty. Um, that he was
Yes.
no longer in town. That he had left after dealing his.
He was a black the deal of black buck. He was a deer type satyr with buck antlers and black fur.
Mm-hmm.
Real name Tony Jessup.
Yep.
We got told all that in a super brief meeting when we were spilling all the beans.
People
Probably.
he traffics are people he gets addicted to a drug called rat race. So maybe it was rat race, not my surprise. oh, it was rat race that was the drug that was in the city, but maybe the green stuff that we found at the sewer was like something that was also. I don't know. My notes are a mess. Ignore me.
Mine too.
Yeah. Um. Additionally, of course, there was the local drunk that Lavelian talked to, who talked about the sewer people that drag people underground and control their minds. Um, there was a lot of the foot traffic that you all noticed. Um, there's the heavy storm that is still in effect that is making it hard. However, one thing I will tell you, because I told them, is that since there is a heavy storm that is causing a lot of water flow and tides to block off entrances, not only is it hard to get in, but it might also be hard for them to get out. So if you are looking to investigate, do recon, or try and catch any people unawares, their points of exit are going to be limited.
Hmm.
And additionally, there is still, because Red had mentioned it, and I had sort of forgotten about it. There was that rumor about serial killing.
Hmm.
That
I I think that was me misremembering something, and I misspoke last session.
I can safely say that, like, if there is any merit to that, you could put it to bed quickly. Um, if there is no merit to that, then or whether there's merit to it or not, you can put it to bed quickly if you do any like topside investigation, because uh, to find an entrance to the sewer, regardless, you'll have to, like, if you return to the point you guys did yesterday, you can always find an entrance. But if you decide to investigate the city for alternative entrances, you can easily put any rumors to bed.
Man,
Heck yeah.
excuse me.
What do we feel like, guys? The entrance we know, or going another way?
Hmm.
We had to
Will
find
the
it first,
water be
and they're
too
already a
high?
step ahead of us. If we stick together, we could have got. Mm.
Sorry, I'm eating.
No, it's fine. How's that
Yes.
lobster bowl? Really good, right?
It's fantastic. Mm. Mm-mm.
I say we go with the entrance that we know. That way we can like get in.
Mm.
It can't be
But
too
the
That's
hard
why
to
water
we
pick
be
will
that
too
figure
lock.
another way
high?
out. Yeah.
I mean, we can improv something.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's fine. I just want to make sure we catch up with them.
How long's it been raining again?
All night.
A lot.
Yeah,
Oh,
all night
yeah.
pretty much.
Those
It's been raining in
entrances
a-
might be covered up then.
How long can we hold our breaths? I mean, Fangio indefinitely. I mean, technically, I can hold my breath for the rest of my life.
I mean, we can check them anyways, and then if they are, like, overflowing with water, then we can just find another place.
Yeah. Plan A, the airlock. Plan B, we search for another way in. It's the sewers. How complex of a network can it be?
Well,
City planning's not that hard. I mean, look. Lachlan says no reference to the government officials.
hmm.
Surely city planning can't be difficult.
One way to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Mm.
I wouldn't need too much. You could also wait an hour before swimming.
Mm.
I think that's a myth.
Mm.
Possibly.
Oh fuck yeah, we're going underground again. That's gonna be swell.
Mm-hmm. Do you need anything
We'll be
before we
fine.
do that?
Nah, it's fine. I'm just the worst Joe ever.
No.
Let's get going.
Let's get going. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
On
As
the
you all
road
proceed back to the place you had been before, to the docks. Let me get Mowdy off the map there.
Who are these people?
Tusk,
I mean,
we
oh,
found
I found you. Yippee!
Oh, he died.
As you see him in the crash of thunder. No, it's
This is a haunting image.
That is
Oh,
haunting. It's very
Bonnie.
weird.
you all return to where you had been the previous day. I will say this. I'm not going to ask for any rolls here. Beyond, I want you all to elect one member of your party to make me a luck check.
That's
A
a lot of
luck
pressure.
check.
Mm-hmm.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Uh, does that determine any stat or anything, or just a d20 roll?
D20 roll.
Ooh.
Do you want it to be Zim since he has the luck point?
I will say the luck point will not be usable on this.
Understood.
Okay. Also roll.
Precious. Yeah, if you want.
I'll roll. I'll do it.
Go.
Go ahead.
Go.
Okay. It's just a d20.
Gulp.
Okay. Let's see.
Come on, cleric. Use your god.
Use your god.
9.
Okay. As you all arrive at the docks, it is still in the process of low tide. Now the heavy rainfall has still made it incredibly like high in terms of the water level, but it would still, given standard flow of water, be considered what would be considered low tide. However, the water level is not that much lower than when you guys were here yesterday. You could still get access to the doors you saw yesterday, but it would be a little difficult. It might be easier for you to find a sewer entrance topside rather than trying to find one that's on the edge of the water, like these storm runoffs. You
Yeah,
can still
maybe.
attempt it. It is still perfectly doable, but it would be easier to just do a little extra investigation to find one that would be on the dry side.
Hmm. If there's 2 sewer gates here. There shouldn't be ones too far from the docks. So I'd say just maybe walk around the streets around the dock area and see if we can find like an entrance.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
Did the string break on the thing? Right? We put a string
Oh yeah,
on
we
one
got
of the...
yeah. Yeah, I
String,
put
guys, the
strings there.
string.
the string. I'm trying to think because if I remember correctly, you guys did do it up as a way to like see if anyone opened it. However, I'm trying to think if it would still snap given the
Storm.
yeah.
Okay. Bro, that's what I was thinking about.
So
Like,
I'm
how
trying to
much can
think for a
string
second.
withstand? Was it like... Oh, wait a minute. I need to read through my notes. How did we tie it?
And y'all didn't do any additional magic on it, right? You guys just kind of tied a string as like an old-fashioned alarm.
Yeah.
I can double check. Pretty sure that was it. Bro.
I would say it probably has snapped, but like looking at it, it looks less like it was forced open and more like it has been um, wore down by waterlogging and friction.
Pathetic string. Who's with the shot?
Lachlan will start investigating with Fangir to see if he can find any entrances topside.
Yeah, if y'all could just make me a group investigation check, and I'll say if Fengir is giving you the help action, you can do it at advantage.
Well, not good advantage there, but hey, it's been a while. Oh, not bad actually.
Bruh. One of my numbers. No. It's a good roll, but like one of the freaking one is all worn out. There's no more color in it. I'm so sad.
By the way,
Investigation.
You
I
know
have a
what that
brand new
means, Star?
keyboard.
Oh,
It means you get to go to
I have
the
a new
arts and crafts store and buy a paint jar to do a little bit of paint in the crevasse.
in the ass crack of the die.
oh.
I have a new keyboard, so if I fat finger anything, my mistake. Still getting used to the new keyboard.
Gotcha. Understood.
I can't function.
Neither can I. I've been faking it for the past 10 years.
Investigation, right?
Yep. Damn. Oh, wait.
Not
Like,
just
hold
any
it to
20. It's a filthy little 20.
Amen. Oh, my one on the 18 was worn down and there's no silver in it no more. I'm like an 8. Oh, it's an 18.
I would like to use the right tool for the job. I can produce a tool I am proficient with. You can magically create them within 5 feet of you, and that lasts for 1 hour. I produce a magnifying glass to look for clues.
Zoinks,
Okay.
gang. Let's search up and look for clues.
Just because I'm just feeling silly.
I'm gonna try something weird
Okay.
because
All down
I'm
for
reading
it.
the effects of the spell, and it didn't say anything about losing it within range. So, are either the doors open from the storm? Like, do they open and shut?
Um, they don't look like they've been opened or anything like that, like from the storm. It looks like they're still sealed.
So, are they? Is it like a solid, or are there bars?
Oh, the doors? Okay, so the doors, like, imagine basically like the hatch on the top of a submarine.
Okay,
Or it's like
all right. So
the
that wouldn't
little
work.
wheel, and that's kind of what they're.
Yeah,
That's
that
what I
wouldn't
was
work then.
envisioning,
Never
where
mind.
it's like an airlock.
All right, never mind then. That won't work.
Okay.
Yeah. Excuse me.
And I'll just need an investigation from Sarah.
Oh, right. 13. Do I have any? It's a nope. Just 13.
MVP here. Let's go. No, I'm kidding.
I'm sorry, what's going on?
You don't know.
Just waiting on one more investigation, and we'll be good to go.
Was it a 13?
Yeah, it was a 13.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you didn't. I didn't see it in the chat, so I didn't.
Gosh.
Oh, whoops.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. I would say yeah. The storm is definitely making it a little difficult. However, given the information that like you all had, with Lachlan and Sarah and Lavellian working together, um, you all put together kind of like Sarah said that with those two doors nearby, there's got to be another entrance like top side pretty close by. You're easily able to find a door. Not a door. What do you call it? A manhole
Manhole
cover.
cover?
Yep.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great.
Uh,
Yeah.
and are able to kind of pry it off and begin a descent down into the sewers as you begin kind of tracking uh, more information on your targets. As you all reach the bottom of the ladder, do you all seal the manhole behind you?
Probably. I assume so.
Yeah,
We don't want someone to fall. We don't want someone to fall in the manhole.
it would be funny though.
Gotcha.
Stare
fall?
at Lachlan.
Lachlan sighs and uses his robot arm to seal the engines behind them.
All right. Um, if I may ask, what is the marching order for this party?
Is it dark down here?
It is dark. Yes.
All three of us have dark
Oh.
vision, though. You're an Asimo, right?
Yeah.
Not that we
Unknowingly,
kn-
yes.
yeah, in character we don't know that.
Who are you?
Lachlan will offer to take point with Fengir.
Finger. I could take the back.
I'm the healer. I'll take the back.
Wait, to my
Uh,
you'll
legs
be
you know what?
yeah, you'll be
here?
safe between.
You know what? Fuck it. I can do this once a day. Dancing lights.
My eyes.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yeah, just going to create some light for us to see a little more clearly. And
What is the size or shape you're doing it in?
I'm doing the most minimalistic size, just so we can see within the 10-foot radius of us, having it go just a little bit ahead, and I can keep concentration on this for 1 minute.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Okay.
Drow powers, baby!
So you do that. As they all kind of like move around and coalesce. I would like. Let me think, because this is gonna be our first real major
Death.
roll of the night.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. I am going to need everyone to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I was just
Oh.
thinking about putting that freaking spell on me for that. Damn it! This is forked. Like,
My
oh,
con's
maybe
pretty
I should do
good. It's
enhance
ability one,
ability.
though.
I'll wait. Forehead. Oh, I'm forked.
And actually, hold on. Let me think for a second.
Oh wait, I'm good at con saves. Thank goodness. Ah, beans.
I was gonna hold on a second. Hold on. I'm
Oh,
thinking.
damn it.
Lachlan, can I get yours at disadvantage?
Why disadvantage?
What broke
Because
you?
you filled up on bread.
Oh,
Okay, that's better. Damn it.
Okay, we got a 16.
Ow.
12.
I rolled an 8, and I was
Nice.
like,
Okay.
and then you hit me with disadvantage, and I rolled a
I-
17.
I see him holding his stomach. Can I bless him?
It,
Sorry.
It's- it's
What's
a
it called?
little after. Yeah,
Not
it's a
blessed.
little after. We'll.
It's
Okay.
okay.
No, that's
Turn
fair.
later.
That's fair.
Guys, I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
don't worry, guys.
And
I got
then
this.
okay. So
Rolled
Off
eight
to a great
and
start.
2.
wait, you rolled a what and a 2?
I rolled. Oh no, just 8. He's wait, which one is it? Saving throw, right?
Yeah, you
Okay,
didn't have
just making sure.
disadvantage.
No, I just said I rolled A2.
Oh, A2. Okay, then yeah, you're. Yeah. So the only one that fails is Lavelian. As you all enter the sewers, surprise, guys, it's a sewer.
This is true.
You get down there and the smell immediately hits you. It is filthy. It is
Just had a
pungent.
bath.
Hold on. I actually
this
I
sucks.
had a good one that I typed up for the others. You descend deep into the murk, and the pungent scent of waste and ozone fills your senses as the storm rages on above you. As you descend further down the channels, you can hear the sounds of rushing water, no doubt from the storm runoff channels leading to deeper reservoirs or coastal sloughs. Lavelian, as your compatriots are able to steel themselves and hold on to their breakfasts, you do not. As unfortunately, the delicious, rich lobster bisque with heirloom tomatoes and rosemary bread does not mix
No.
well with the smell of human waste, as you find yourself purging your stomach.
So when we get back to the surface, we're burning our clothes, right?
Mm,
It can be washed.
I will say this, Lavelian, for the next 10 minutes, you are under the effects of the poisoned condition.
help me out. Sorry, guys. First time in a sewer.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Everyone's first sewer sucks.
Oh, this does suck.
Um,
She just dies.
you all have found yourselves amidst branching pathways. As they descend deeper and further ahead, you can hear some strange commotion further from the tunnels ahead, as well as above you, as there are the world above you rages on. What would you like to do?
With dancing lights, I can make 5 different globules of lights.
Gloves.
So what I like to do is like, how many different paths are there?
Dancing light is four motes.
Oh, 4.
4 motes of torch-sized lights.
Can I have the different modes go down some of the different paths just to see how far they go? Like, so
Yes.
recon.
Additionally, because I was reading this and I thought it was a different size, but apparently this is an actual thing. Is you can also combine the motes into the form of one medium-sized humanoid creature,
Yeah, that's sick.
which
when
is
I recall,
so weird because like if they're torch size and you could literally make a 6-foot glow man out of them, that's so weird.
right? When they come back, I'm going to have them attached to Fangio to be like neon surface dog.
Oh,
Be
okay.
right back. I just need to use the restroom real fast.
Gotcha. I mentioned the sewers, and then everyone has to use the restroom IRL. It's crazy.
I've returned.
Welcome back.
So yeah, Lachlan sends the lights down some of the hallways.
Gotcha. Okay. And it says the spell lasts for about a minute.
Yes.
Okay. Are you specifically sending them down the hallways to just scout ahead, or
Just to the end of our vision, just to see like if there's any turns. Basically, I'm trying to scout ahead to see if there's any thing we should be aware of.
Gotcha. Yeah, give me a perception check with advantage.
Thank you, sir. Well, that's a 1, so I'm going to go with that 14 for a total of Perception. Cool. 15.
We love it. We love it. The paths definitely have a lot of like different branching pathways. However, they do seem to follow a system. And I'll say, given given how Lachlan tends to function, go ahead and roll me just an intelligence check.
Okay. Okay, might be retiring that die for the night. That is a 9.
This one. Okay.
He's not off to a great start tonight. I might be retiring this die for a little bit.
This could have very much been the like Lachlan Nikola Tesla mapping the entire sewer system moment, but instead this is gonna turn into a Lachlan watches the lights go down and be like, okay, I think I know which one not to go down.
Hey guys, shit's dark.
As you have an idea of which path to take, and which ones not to take. So you know which direction to go in. So you know where to lead your allies, but you don't necessarily have a larger understanding or map of what you're supposed to be doing or looking for.
Speaking of map, are we supposed to be on a new map or are we still at the docks?
You are currently under the docks, so you are still meant to be at the docks.
Okay. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss something.
Nope, there is a
So,
very
yeah.
specific map that I have for y'all that you haven't gotten to yet.
Lachlan goes, okay, I think I know what we're doing. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by its toe. And just goes with the first one that he thinks is right.
Gotcha.
You make all
Well,
decisions
I mean,
that?
you know which one to go down. Like I was saying,
Okay.
you don't have a full map of the place because you got a decent perception check, but you didn't like get the intelligence check that I was going for.
Okay.
Because
Gotcha. Look,
the purpose being was like the perception allowed you to see down the paths and see which ones were safe and to see which way to go. The intelligence was basically to be like, can you figure out the grid system of the sewer network and be like, I know where we need to go.
Gotcha. Thank you. Lachlan will instead present more confidence in his decision and point out the path he believes in. And walk on. This way, ladies.
Okay.
All right.
All right. As you all proceed further down the tunnel and deeper and deeper into the dark, once the minute passes, the lights fade off of Fengear. You all still have your dark vision, but you are able to proceed further
Don't worry,
in
I got this.
until you
I
reach.
pull out the lantern.
As you pull out the lantern and shed more light, you reach a secondary branching pathway, which is where I will yet again present you all an opportunity for either a perception or investigation check.
Investigation for Lachlan, because that's way better for him.
Guidance.
Thank you very much. Let me go ahead and roll that as well. Oh, damn. Investigation. So +6. So that's 25. 29.
You had walked down this hallway for about a minute, and while you were doing so, you were counting the steps and kind of like trying to make some mental math of the path you were going down. As you reach this second split, kind of figuring out where you are in relation to the other tunnels that you saw were darkened, um, with your dancing lights. You're kind of like, okay, clocked it. I know kind of the general layout of how this runoff system is meant to go. You are confident you can get to where you hear this, like, you are confident that you can get to three sounds that you all are hearing. The first is the sound of the running water.
Mm-hmm.
The second is the sound that has been coming from deeper inside the tunnel that sounds almost like people. And the third is it sounded like there was sounds of activity above you all, which initially Lachlan dismissed because you were like, okay, well, that's just the sounds of the people above us that's being amplified by the sounds of the walls. But now you're kind of like clocking like it, and you're like, no, there's a third distinctive sound I'm picking up on that is above us, but it's carrying because of these tunnels, and I'm able to hear it more clearly.
Uh-huh.
So there's three sounds you're able to pick up on, and you could safely navigate to any of those three. And I'll say this, because you know how to navigate to these, if you choose to like go to one, it's not like, oh, you've closed off the path to the others. You can go to these in any order you want to, but you know how to get to them from where you are now.
So I'm thinking we pursue the voices in the distance first, and then we can like we're here now, so maybe we should check on the voices above us first. If we
That's fine with me.
do we see like a ladder or any way up?
Well, okay, it's not above you all. It's a sound on the surface that's being amplified by the tunnels, like it's carrying.
Okay,
So
okay.
it's something on the surface that you're hearing that you're like, that's kind of weird, but I can follow it to its source.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna roll D4 to see which one of the three I want to go to. One is gonna be
Gotcha.
re-rolled. Okay. I'm going to investigate the voices above us.
Okay. Let me move our map then. And let me carefully rearrange where we are on this map, because I've got some people that will be on it and some people that will not be.
Oh my god, I forgot I had that. Fuck.
And what?
Don't worry about it.
I'm slightly worried.
I should have just put these in my spell thing. God damn it.
So you all find yourselves beneath a building, because as you're traveling through, you start to feel like a rise in elevation as you're like walking through these tunnels. You can definitely feel it like going uphill, as you're climbing, and as you're getting closer, you're smelling more and more of that sea air, and it's smelling fresher. You're not getting that like scent of rot and waste that you guys were getting down by the docks, and in that area. Um, and specifically, the smell that you all are getting right now is that of like herbs, spices, like fresh stuff, pottery. Um, and if you all will kindly make me one more perception check.
Oh, it's perception, not investigation.
No, everybody.
Then I may just gonna be retiring a few of my
I'm
dice.
having a frickin' aneurysm. Good lord.
Don't do that.
That's not it. That's not it. No, wait, that is it. Sorry, Pavilions still just feeling a little sick in the tummy.
Well, I was about to say it hasn't been 10 minutes yet, so you would be still under the poison condition. So that's okay if you're not feeling super fit in the stummy. Um, yep, you all recognize that you are underneath the not the floorboards of a shop, but you're underneath a shop essentially. Um, you're close to one of those runoff channels. Basically, like you guys come to the edge of one of those brass doors that Sarah recognizes as the like storm runoff like seal doors. Basically, one of those airlock ballast chambers. But it seems to be underneath the from what you can hear above you from the sound of like people laughing and having a good time, as well as like what sounds like uh, from very familiar smells and sounds and shouting. The free markets. Um, however, you all feel like you might be underneath a shop, given that the free markets themselves are all primarily floating on rafts and boats and gondolas and
Uh-huh.
things like that out in the bay. Um, but you're hearing some conversation in the room above you.
Can we eavesdrop? Oh,
You can. However, there's a reason that the noise stood out that was being carried. You're listening, and as you're listening, Lachlan, now that you're closer, you recognize the noise more clearly, and as you all were getting closer, you kind of were able to clock it more clearly. This is the sound of a grandfather clock. It is specifically like ticking, clicking, winding, um, like relatively flawless mechanism. Um, but you know that with this specific type of thing, grandfather clocks, many clocks are manufactured across the Imperial and Frontier territories. That's not anything new. Um, there's even clocks made out here in Stomalin. However, grandfather clocks, with their specific engineering, are primarily made in Isonagal because of the uh, specific mechanics of the pendulum weight and the gears inside the face of the clock. Because in order to get that specific precision in telling of time and the usage of like momentum of the pendulum for moving the gears and that form of perpetual motion, uh, it requires precise understanding, which a lot of people don't often use.
hmm. And Asnarkle, remind me, is that where Lockman is also from, or am I getting my
That is
wires
where
crossed?
Lachlan and Maudie are both from.
Right.
Isonagal is the only place. Isonagal is the only kingdom or area in Vestalum that is basically up to industrial revolution levels of technology. Most other places are in some kind of their own version of like arcane age or some kind of anachronistic Renaissance or Middle Ages period. This is the only area that is in kind of like an 1800s.
They pursued more magical development while Asnarkle put more emphasis on the mechanical developments. That kind of
Yes,
stuff.
primarily because with the Empire had the power of the crystals, and the magics that flowed through them, and offered them to their frontier kingdoms as a way of being like, hey, we'll give you this stuff as if you swear like vassal state loyalty to us. And Icenagel's like, yeah, fuck that. So Icenagel was one of the only frontier kingdoms that basically said, yeah, get fucked. We're not going to swear fealty to you. And so have they are considered a trade partner of the empire, but they are not a vassal state.
Copy. Okay. And do we get a sense of what kind of shop we're in?
Um, Not unless you're on ground level. I'd say with like the smells and stuff like that, you'd say that you're in some sort of like uh shop that would have storage, because the main thing that you're smelling, like I said, is like ceramics.
Pots.
And yeah.
What do you think, guys? Think we should take a look around, or do you think this is just a handy exit that we can use later?
Mm,
I think we should go the other way.
Let me just take a quick look. I feel like I want to take a quick look at
Right.
something.
All right,
Can I
quick.
just? I pull my stinky ass out of the sewer and take a quick look around.
Yeah. So exiting the through the hatch at the front, you find yourself. Let me go ahead and move you up a bit. You would be right about here, exiting from the hatch. So in order to get to like ground level, you'd have to like go out the dock a bit, but there is like you're not like the tide is low. Like you're not um basically being washed away right now. You would basically be um like maybe wading through ankle level water to climb up a very small ladder to the surface.
Gotcha.
Making it to the shop, you see that it is primarily it is a bait and tackle shop, but it does sell um, two additional things that explain kind of the smell of ceramics. First is that it sells paints and dyes for ships, sails, and additional works for boats.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be like things like lacquer, as well as treating the outside of the wood so that it would be like water resistant or more buoyant. Um, and then the other thing is that it has larger scale fishing supplies, not just tackle. So it would have things like larger trawling nets, or buoys, bobbers, things like that.
Okay. Let's go take a quick peek through the window and then rejoin the others.
Yeah. Looking in through the window, you see that grandfather clock. The shop itself looks pretty like inconspicuous. Like it looks like a normal ass shop. Go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Okay. That is investigation 18.
There is something about the grandfather clock that catches your eye. And that's because it's not something you're familiar with. It is something that you have heard about. Um, and that is what's called a pan drop. And basically what it is it is a small compartment at the back of the grandfather clock that you see that is disguised to look like it's a component of the clock, but what it actually is designed to work as is essentially a small compartment that can be a dead drop for letters, messages, and other things.
Uh-huh. I'm going to stealth in.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. 11?
You enter into the store, and you feel like with an 11, you are relatively stealthy. You do get, I'd say that like with an 11, you are stealthy, but you're nervous because when you enter in the store, like it's one of those that has the bell above the door. So the second you open the door, it goes bing, and the person's just like, "Hi, welcome in," but you like immediately like, "Ugh," and you look over, and they're not even looking up at you, like they're reading a newspaper or something.
Oh, right.
So you're like, like sitting there like hyperventilating for a second, but like there's no real eyes on you. Like you're fine, but you feel like you might want to be quick before they actually notice you.
Right. I'm going to saunter over nonchalantly and see if I can sleight of hand that dead drop.
Yeah, go for it.
God, I wish Maddie was here.
Ain't it just to not have the rogue when you need to break and enter?
I know. Oh, thank God. That is a 20 total.
Yeah, you're able to easily kind of. It's not a locked compartment, which surprises you, but you also kind of figure that for most people they wouldn't clock it, and beyond that, not as many people would also have your eye for craftsmanship to notice that.
I'm going to make sure everything looks fine. I'm going to quietly saunter out so I can just like evaluate the finds that I have outside.
Yeah.
After I regroup with everyone else.
Yeah, for sure.
Guys, I found these in like a dead drop. It was hidden inside the grandfather clock. I don't know what. Okay. I start reading it to the group out loud. What?
So here are the three things that you found inside the dead drop. So the first thing you found is a sack of gold. It appears it's not like a sack. It's more like an envelope. So it's basically a payment. And it's about, you'd say, like 40 gold pieces.
Okay, 40 gold.
The next is like a letter attached to that, so it's an invoice. And it basically says products moving successfully. Operation still secure. Requesting another 4 units by the next arrival at port. Harbor master still on board.
Corruption in the government.
Ain't it
As
just?
per usual.
Okay.
And the last thing is a letter.
Mm-hmm.
Which you see is actually addressed to someone else. So it looks like it was a letter written by Black Buck that was meant to be picked up by someone on their arrival at this place. So it says, Feld, hope you make it in okay. Harbor Master will see to your integration. Radek will handle your day-to-day. Make sure you cover business. Carry out units as are directed by Fisherman's Friend. When you have enough, exit from town, bring subjects to Kez. We'll see you at the next meeting. Bring the booze. And then it's just signed BB.
Okay, I want to read that back to make sure I have everything.
Yeah.
Feld, hope you make it in okay. Harbor Master will see to your integration. Haddock will see to her day to day. Carry out business. See to who by Fisherman's Friend. When you have enough, exit town with and bring subjects to Kez. Bring the bill.
Yes. So for the most part, the contact's name that he said will handle the day-to-day is Radek, spelled like that.
Radek.
He said that they will handle the orders for Fisherman's Friend. And once they have enough to bring the subjects to Kez, he said, see you at the next meeting, bring the booze.
See you at the next meeting. Gotcha.
Mhm.
I don't have Siri. What the fuck are you doing, phone? Okay, thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Yeah, Maury's gonna want to read that, and I assume I have like a waterproof container inside Fangear that I can store some of these in.
You have a compartment that you could store them in. You also do have something that your master had been working on that you might be able to store them in as well.
I do. For my inventory.
Well, it's in Fingear.
Oh, I do. Thank you.
He pops out a compartment, and inside is basically just a Ziploc bag.
All right, this new fangled technology that Bowen was working on. Plastique. Okay. And I put them in the Ziploc bag.
God dang it.
Guys, check this out. Zzz.
Wow.
Yeah,
Witchcraft.
he'd been spitballing names. He never found one that he liked, but so far, the one that he settled on the most has been called seal film, because it's a film that you seal and it is like protective.
By
Heck
the
yeah.
gods.
I've been trying to pitch him Ziploc, but it just doesn't have the same ring as seal feel.
Sounds really weird. What, Ziploc?
I know, just an idea. Never mind. Ignore me.
Uh,
No.
I imagine that like at some point you will go to patent Ziploc, and then you'll find out that it's like a patent for a lock on a zipper, and then you're like, damn it, foiled again. Turns out that Kesserin patented a lock on a zipper, and you're like, yeah.
Catherine!
Raise his
Rat
fists
bastard.
to the sky.
I actually was. Okay. Thank you guys for humoring me. Let's Back into the sewer.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Back in we go. And Lachlan sort of like holds his nose and just dives back in.
I might as well just cast enhance ability on myself now, because I don't know what else I'm gonna do with it. I lost it.
I think I'll be fine.
No, for me.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't want to vomit it.
Oh, fool for me! I got no stummy.
My stomach. I call that leftover lobster bisque that's in finger, okay? I want that back.
So yeah, as you proceed back in, you do know where the other two sounds are. Which would you prefer to go to next? The flowing water or the sound of the voices?
My bad, wrong one.
I don't know about
See
you
the
guys,
voices.
but what do you guys think?
Voices.
Voices.
There are people down here. That's what they'd be.
The voices.
Lachlan crouches and immediately regrets doing so. He's now a little deeper in the sewage.
You all just hear as like with every step you hear.
I'm gonna put my clothes when we get back.
I mean, guys, like you guys are in a pretty good spot for like a shopping trip. So,
Mm.
okay, you all proceed further to where you hear the voices, and yet again, I get to do some fun narration.
Do the temporary hit points stack?
No, temp HP doesn't stack unless it's higher than what you currently have.
This is racism.
I'm so sorry.
Yo, Tamita. Actually, let me roll and see how much I get. I already forgot what it was. 2d6?
Yeah, it's 2d6.
Damita.
The 11 is higher,
Racist.
so
That's such BS. I could've gotten a 12.
well, if you'd gotten a 12, then you would have had a 12. But
Yeah. It's whatever.
so as you all follow the voices, you emerge, finding yourselves in a large open air uh, market where the congregation of pipes and runoff gathers in this large cistern. This is where the sound of all the voices have been coming from. Various people in rags and cloaks mill about as the air is thick with the smell of grime, smoke, incense, and filth. With just your passive perceptions, you're able to clock a few people in the crowd that do have weapons, although you can't tell if these weapons are for self-defense or as a means to cause harm and trouble. There are a few structures within this open air market that seem to be kind of formed around this flowing pool here. But for the rest of them, they are kind of like stalls and ramshackle shacks built around the central pool.
Do we think these are like our suspects?
Hard to tell.
I'm not. Probably. I'm not gonna lie. This looks like a black market. Maybe it's just their home. Mm-mm.
Hmm. And how many people are walking around?
A lot. Like it's not a lot like topside city wise, Um, but you would say comparatively to what you would expect in the sewer, it's more than you would expect. So there, you would say there's probably easily like 40 or 50 people down here.
Ooh.
If things go south, we are down our rogue and our tusk.
Just
Right as you say that, you just hear,
right.
"Hey,"
What?
as Tusk appears from the shadows.
Huh?
How long have you been there?
You guys have no idea how long he and Mouty have been there.
And Marty, jeez Louise, you guys.
What's wrong with you people? Sorry, that
Why
was
don't you
rude.
guys go off ahead with us?
Tusk is just like, recon.
I think that's what we're gonna get out of the big guy.
We'll talk about it later. So what's our play?
I can cast invisibility once per day. I can walk around, see if there's anything I can deduce.
This is the point where because I got a message from Red and Zammy, because again, this is the text chat. They were very much like, since we scouted ahead, can you just fill them in on what we found out?
I was
like, yeah,
about
sure.
to say, what did they retcon? Hello?
There's not anything they retcon. They didn't get much farther than y'all. Y'all got a lot done.
Damn it.
Well, they're busy. Red's working right now, and Zammy's
Yeah.
like
Gosh,
with her,
loser.
like
No, I'm kidding.
helping her family.
Red's show got pushed to like he's gonna be on air until like 1:30.
Yeah, so they're
Yeah.
they're both busy right now, but like they have been doing some stuff. So I'll go ahead and let you know what they found out, which will help you a bit. So
Cute.
here's a few things that they were able to clock with their investigation, because Tusk wanted to do some recon in the crowd to go ahead and find out anything that was dangerous, and Mouty wanted to see if there was anything potentially useful in this area. So you all find that Mouty lets you know that these open air market stalls are full of a variety of different goods. None of them are really necessarily useful, but some are dealing in illicit goods, stolen goods, or just straight up trash that is taken from the top side and is repurposed and sold to these denizens that are essentially either people that are living in this city because, like, living in the sewers of the city because they are criminals and choose to live down here, or are people that are basically illegal immigrants and are living down here because they don't want to be like deported, detained, or arrested. Like, this isn't necessarily like a class division slums situation. It's very much a, this is where all the people that do not want to be found by society end up.
Yeah, people who are either criminals or people with no other options.
Pretty much.
Is my dad down here?
That
that a
could
criminal
be
or someone
something
with
you
no
could
other
look
options?
into. You could look into if anyone has seen him down here, because someone who is not wanting to be found would definitely be able to hide down here. What Tusk was looking for again were people that would potentially be doing harm. So I will go ahead and put on the map every single thug or gangster.
They all start popping up like wildfire. Oh, God.
Oh, wonderful.
So I will say this, because Tusk lets you know, because he found this out. They are, for the most part, non-hostile. They are basically here as like muscle, so they will not cause problems with you if you don't cause problems with them. However, they are also bullies. So if you directly engage them in any form of fashion, they will try and rob you, fuck you up, or just absolutely ruin your day. Um,
Wow.
so the general idea that he tells you is like avoid them, um, but if it comes down to some form of confrontation, like don't be afraid to fuck them up. Just do it quick before anyone of their buddies finds out.
Right.
But at least you have an idea of where all the targets on the map are, as well as useful, potentially locations.
Okay.
I want to go ahead and do this now. Just hand Mowdy the letter from Black Buck, just so it doesn't get lost in chaos. Like,
One
just
second. You mind repeating that for me? Sorry, I had to take my headphones off because my ear was hurting.
no problem. I'm going to give Mowdy the letter from Black Buck and give him like a quick synopsis of it, just so it doesn't get lost and like or forgotten in the chaos of what's eventually going to hit us. That way, they can look it over in their own time later.
Maudie takes their hat off and just sticks it up in their hat, um, and seems to like tuck it into a seam and then put their hat back on.
Cowboys.
Hidden compartments everywhere, man.
Oh yeah, rogues. I played that game.
I imagine the
Let's
inside of
see.
Maudie's
I don't think-
poncho just has more pockets.
Oh,
If
yeah.
it doesn't, I'm
Mhm.
going to talk to Zammy and be like, "So does the inside of Maudie's poncho just have pockets?"
Maui's
I
pockets
don't
have
think
pockets.
so. I don't think sneaking in is a bright idea. I think we just need to act natural, act tough.
Tough.
Looks down at myself.
You're tall though. You can be intimidating. Show me those fangs.
I mean, I will say this: the three types of people you do see down here are the tough thugs, um, the merchants, and kind of like scummy, skeezy looking people, and like poor ass destitute people.
I
So you can easily either look poor, destitute, like a runaway, you can look like some skeevy merchant, or you can look tough and mean like a gangster.
Hmm. I just look at
Sarah's
these
gonna take her
thugs real
clothes.
quick.
She's gonna put it over her shoulders and basically cover in her hood up. Basically, you only see the bottom of her face, just to be kind of someone who doesn't want to be like seen. Is that
Smart plan.
Like-
Lachlan is gonna roll up his sleeve to show off more of his prosthetic, just to look like he's seen action, or try to make people sort of like. Actually, no. Prosthetics is just draw the eye. He's gonna roll down his sleeve to hide as much of his prosthetic as possible.
Gotcha.
Because no matter what, in a social situation, people stare. No matter what.
Uh, Fingear walks over to a wall and just walks against it, like scraping against it a little bit to give himself like just some scuff marks.
Oh.
Or
Fangio's
get some.
scuffed as fuck.
Oh, he's already
not pretty
scuffed?
Oh yeah. Like,
Then he just gets a little
Lachlan's-
sludge on him.
Lachlan and Fangio do not look like they were made from the best parts. They were made from fucking ghetto Build-A-Bear.
Okay, cool.
Damn.
Because I didn't want. Okay, so I'll say he gets some sludge on him because I'm not gonna have Fingear just be like he rolls around in shit, especially when you guys have like a thermos of lobster bisque and a Ziploc full of other items.
Not the lobster bisque, please.
So
He
I'll
has
just
the
say like he
lobster
gets
bisque. He has the
gets-
demon core.
yeah, he just gets a little sludge on him, just like a little bit of wall gunk.
Yeah, I like the idea that Lachlan and Fangio's general aesthetic is kind of Mark 1 Iron Man, which is not the prettiest work job, but it's functional.
Yeah. Mowdy does nothing different.
Yeah, the shitty already.
Tusk does nothing
Nothing different. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
the
I
only thing
could
that
do
Tusk might do that would be
feminism.
different would be maybe to like put his hood down to show more of his scary face.
I also put my holy symbol in my shirt.
Gotcha. That was a good call.
No. Happy dog.
So what exactly are we trying to? We're investigating missing people, but what are we gonna do here? You think?
Maybe ask around, look
Do you
for
think they have the
Radek.
drugs? We could try that, yeah. Maybe the drugs are here.
Yeah, maybe. That's only one way to find out.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, and Lev is going to cast boxing on herself. And
I'm literally
Gotcha.
like the nicest person. nicest
Yeah.
looking person here.
yeah,
I need to do something.
you won't survive in prison.
How dare you? I was just fine in prison. Thank you
You were
very
there for
much.
5 minutes and then left.
Yeah, and I still bit people. What did you do? You surrendered yourself. As they all
That
do.
was so unforgettable. We started in the prison.
I would also say that he did not surrender. He did not go willingly.
Surrendered more than me.
although he was knocked out by a bunch of people.
So you
It's
knocked
fine,
out. Dirties yourself up a bit. I think that's what she can do. She looks rougher now.
I will say as
Rougher-esque.
well, you are no longer under the effect of the poison condition because it has been over 10 minutes.
Oh, sick.
Woohoo! Can Lachlan hop this stream and talk to any gentleman that looks like they might be selling something illegal?
Sure.
And knowing Lachlan's luck with shopkeeps, this is gonna go well.
Oh,
How do you do, fine merchants?
Immediately
Love
you do
Philippines.
find someone who's selling someone illegal. They're actually standing right over here.
How do you do, fine merchant?
He turns around and opens his cloak and just looks at you and goes, "What are you buying?" As there's a myriad of goods just hanging off of the inside of his cloak, as it is. Looking at this stuff, some of it is crap, and then the other parts of it are like illegal goods, and then some of it is like decently useful things.
excuse me.
He's got like a wide array of wares, but he doesn't have a large stock. It's very clearly like whatever can fit under his cloak is what he has on him.
I'm actually looking for something specific. If you have some information, I could ask about.
I don't sell information.
Then do you know anyone who?
Bruh.
Bruh.
Real.
All right, I might be able to pay for it, but Radek won't like that you've kept us waiting.
Make a deception check.
Oh. Meow.
Let me pull up my skills. Deception. Come on, charisma. Oh, yes. 17.
Okay. Give me 1 second. This is my first roll of the night. So this guy is going to roll insight on your 17.
Go,
We're going to want
go,
to hope
go.
that he does not beat you.
Go, go, go. I don't know who, but go.
Okay, cool. He looks at you, narrows his eyes, and just goes, "You don't fucking know Radek, man. You don't know
No.
shit."
You're right. I don't know him personally. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like an introduction. It's my first day.
You know what? Buy some drugs.
Okay.
I don't partake in our products. Like Lachlan's like trying to double down.
He looks at you and he goes, "All right, fine. Let me tell you exactly how this is going to go down. There's only 2 ways you're going to meet Radek. You either buy some drugs or suck my dick."
Well, I can only do one of those because you don't have any dick.
He immediately undoes his pants and drops it right in front of you.
Wow.
And he's just standing there, still holding his cloak open so you can see his goods, but now his pants are around his ankles and his cock is out.
Good heavens. I say in
Well-
my mind.
How about a hand job? And I just spark up the hand.
Hold on. I feel like I have to make another insight versus deception to see if he'll fall for this.
I'm going for intimidation.
Oh, okay, so you're not trying to
'Cause-
hide that.
Oh yeah, Lachlan is like, you know, fuck this guy.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll intimidation.
Natural 20.
Beat his ass.
Natural 1.
Oh, yeah.
The second you spark up your hand, he just goes, "Ah!" and just like turns around, trips over the pants that are like around his ankles, falls over towards this channel, hits his head, and falls into the water. He's dead.
Oh,
Like
Lachlan's
blood is flowing from his head. He's face down in this water. He's just slowly drifting down. Like he's dead.
oh.
I want on record that I did not do that.
Is this fitting in?
Lachlan like grabs a stick and just sort of pushes him down a little bit.
Yeah, a couple seconds later, the death shit happens and he is fully gone. But it's in the sewer, so I mean, it's where it was meant to be. Do you want to try and take the cloak of all of his random items that he had on
Yes.
him? Okay.
Mm.
So yeah, you fish his body out long enough to get the cloak and then poke it down with a stick.
Oh, no.
Yeah, let me go ahead and type up the items that y'all were able to acquire
Good
from that.
God. Not even 5 minutes down here and you killed somebody.
I didn't do it on purpose. He asked me to suck him up. I had to.
Ugh, my ears.
He was? He was a fucking gross, terrible man. The world is better off, okay?
Well, he did fall, so I guess it was.
Yeah, it's not my fault.
killing. Oh, goodness. Yeah, you do fellow kids.
I look over at the other thugs. Do they even bat an eye that someone just died?
Absolutely not. They don't. They watched it happen. They were about to intervene when Lachlan sparked up his arm, but then this guy freaked out, tripped over his own pants, knocked himself unconscious, and died. And then they were like, "Well, so Tuesday." And then when we all started robbing his dead body, they were like, "All right, cool." And then
They do
kinda-
belong here.
They left it be.
Ugh.
Hold on, I just need to apply to ad real fast.
Excuse me.
Okay. I am back.
There you go. That is exactly what he had on him.
A
Okay.
shitty knife.
That's the wrong Discord. Okay.
2 packs of gum. What kind of gum is it? Poison?
It is not poisoned gum. Although it has been in sewer water now because he did die and fall
It's-
in.
Took a dip.
But the gum in question, one of them is just a standard like gum, like it's not like any flavor. Like this would basically be like the old gum that they would sell way back in the day, so it's not like flavored. It would just be like a thing of just the what does they call it, like gum acerbic or whatever it is, where just like the
You just
chewy.
chew on it?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. And then the other one is wintergreen flavor.
Hmm.
I
Prestidigitation.
assume Dryad Nectar and Dwarven Whitestone are all other drugs.
Yeah,
Thanks.
100%.
Gotcha.
Oh, I'm gonna take the gum. Life needs a mint.
I'm gonna take the road flare.
Does anyone want that brick? No
Do you
takers?
guys hear anything? Do you guys learn anything from him?
I'm sorry, what?
Did you at least hear learn anything from him?
No. I asked to meet Radek, and he seemed very paranoid of that. Like it could have worked if he was dumber, but he saw through my lie.
So they know Reddick.
Yeah. Oh, he has a gun. Oh, it doesn't work. I'm taking the gun too.
Like it is completely like the mechanisms are completely rusted shut. Like this thing
Ugh.
is.
I might be able to like fix it up a little bit, or at the very least, pawn it off.
I would say that like Lachlan, you would know that this thing is beyond repair, but it would make an effective club.
I also love the idea of just throwing the gun, like. Nyeh.
Yeah, no. I will say this, Levelian, if you want to use prestidigitation on any of these items, 100% you can clean them with magic. Like that is something that will work. And for the purpose of this, I will say that you can sanitize items with magic.
Yippee!
The two things I do say about prestidigitation though is that prestidigitation does not remove the smell. That is a separate casting of prestidigitation. So the initial cast would be sanitized. Second casting would be improved smell.
Ooh.
Because I had people in the past who would be like, oh well, I just cleaned myself with prestidigitation. I'm like, okay, cool, you still stink. That's not taking a shower.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's not using deodorant.
Sanitize, clean.
Find somebody else.
Yeah, let's see if we can find someone else who's more forthcoming with information.
I don't think we'll find anyone like that down here.
I feel like we have to still look around.
For sure.
Yeah.
I was gonna pay the guy too. That's the really shitty thing.
Well, hey, now you got the 5-finger discount, man.
Hey, yo.
We took everything from him, including his life.
He took his own life. He took his own life. He took his.
I find a rock and just set on the body to help it on its way down.
Like keeping the brick. Oh, I should put that in my inventory real quick.
Motherfucker called my bluff.
But yeah.
Yeah, Lochlan's gonna look for someone else to ask questions to.
Yeah, I will say that. So, giving the initial cursory glance, like, Mowdy kind of like let you know what merchants were down here. There were about like 6 that you could see. And then Mowdy told you kind of about the 2 buildings, this one here and this one over here. Now there are only 5 merchants out in the open.
5 more bodies we can take, guys.
So if you would like, you could roll a d6, or you can do a perception check to see which of these stand out to you.
With Lachlan's luck, let's go.
Guidance.
I'm rolling the d6. 3.
Oh.
3. Okay. Let me see who I've got.
I will
on
take the
deck
guidance
here.
though. My for all of his blabbering, he's not great at deception or persuasion. I mean, just his charisma, which is a +3.
Hey, yo, chill.
The next merchant dies immediately. Just
I'm sorry to that guy. I say we just tell that it's canon just as like a even if we don't make a canon, we just make a canon. It was so fast.
So yeah, I will. We're gonna do this again. So I need you to roll me another d6 as I'm about to narrate what's gonna happen.
3 again.
Roll it again.
That 3 is dead.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, cool. So, as you begin approaching merchant number 3, who seems to be this strange older gentleman with like this long wizened beard, a cloak pulled about himself, elongated yellowed fingernails and toenails, who's kind of like looking leerily off in these eyes that are kind of mirrored and silvered. He sees you approaching in a wide kind of like semi-toothy grin begins to spread across his face as he opens his mouth to say something before immediately it just head axe right in the face. Dead instantly. No recovery. He falls into the pool. As you watch as this what was once a man shapeshifts into some form of like horrid like hag creature, dead instantly. Um, anyone that wants to can go ahead and make a nature check to figure out what this thing is.
Is this actually canon now?
Ooh,
Yes,
a
100%.
19.
We didn't want it to be. No, not the old man.
Nature check.
Well, it
Mhm.
probably grows.
Nature check.
you
What
know.
my name? Nature 19. Just a 19.
20 total.
Okay.
Victory.
I also try to retrieve the hand axe before it sinks.
Yeah, 100%. It's easy to be done.
Magical.
So I'll say this. So what was yours, Lachlan?
20 total. Ghetto
20
20.
total. Sarah,
19.
19. And then I think Star said she had to go use the restroom, but I didn't catch what she said. Hers was, but I'll just give it to everybody for now because the majority of the party's got it. So I'll say that for um, Lavelian knows exactly what this is because of their bardic knowledge as well as like the stories their father would tell around the bar. Um, Lachlan, you are familiar with this form of creature as they are old wives' tales in Isonogle, but they are still like the types of things you tell your children are coming to kill them in their sleep to get them to behave. Um, and Sarah, you are familiar with it because on the books of the dead that are held in the uh, temples, these are creatures that are often seen as portents of doom and dark disaster. This is a doppelganger. Um, hag folk usually um, have a variety of different shape shifting minions that serve them. The changeling is usually considered to be a descendant of that variety that might be more varied in nature, could be useful, or even kinder. But a doppelganger is exclusively um, like determined to be more evil. Like they are, if we're talking traditional like alignment, usually chaotic evil, they are very cruel, mean things that exist solely for the purpose of like hurting others.
Lachlan is just like, come on! Oh. Cool. Like, he was just like, I was talking to that. Oh. He's not a guy. Good save.
Dusk just
How'd you know, Tusk? I didn't. Put on sunglasses.
um
Sarah is rubbing her temples.
yeah, as this is like 2 for 6 dead merchants. You're quickly
Lachlan
running
will
out of people to talk to.
Lachlan will go up to the third one. Aye. You. We're looking for Radic. Have you seen him?
As you say this, a disheveled looking human man in a very baggy, like blackened robe that is like stained with a variety of different things that you're not really sure what they are, but living down here, it probably can't be good. Um, looks up at you and just goes, I see. So you're looking for Radic?
Yes.
Okay. I guess I can help you find it. Because, after all, my life cannot become much worse.
No, not Sad Snape.
Those that get on his bad side usually disappear, but for me, that might be a good thing.
I'm very sorry for your trouble, Tior.
It is fine. I can tell you where he is. It will be no bother to me. As he gestures his hand down towards this dock at the very end, he goes, "The man down there, known as Grimace, takes people by ferry to the deeper parts of the channel cistern where Radek hides. He and his strongest are there, waiting for those that would disrupt his operation or to enforce law amongst those who he deems troublesome."
And what if we're not troublemakers and just fans of his walk?
Oh. Well, I guess you could get an audience with him by impressing him. You seem like a nice guy, so I'll help you out. He just
Oh.
puts his arm out and he goes, "Go ahead and chop it off."
No, I'm not gonna do that.
A group party
Come
kill
on,
two
I'm helping
people.
you out here.
Will it grow back? Are you some sort of strange magic man testing me?
No.
Excuse me.
It will just
I-
bleed a lot. And I might
I-
pass
No.
out from anemia and
No,
shock.
no, no, that's
No.
not necessary.
I could die of blood loss or
So-
infection.
So
No.
please seek help.
I did once.
Okay,
No.
try again. A lot of things don't work the first time.
Well, you
Yeah.
see, I went once, due to the sufferings of my life, to a temple that might ease my woes or help my pain, and it kind of exploded.
Oh.
It burst into flames,
Oh.
and
You don't
many
say.
people
Wait,
died.
what? Hold on. What temple?
Sarah, quick reminder for your backstory. Which temple did you go to that blew up?
Well, the first one was deep in the mountains. The one that I slept in, it was where the
Sorry.
shoot, I don't remember the city. It was when I was arrested.
Gotcha.
It was when I was arrested. It was the town. It was the
I can check back through the notes that we had and see.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Because the first one that happened before I started my journey was up in the mountains. It was like an ancient one that basically everyone prays to. The other ones are just other temples that. Yeah.
That sounds like a lot.
Okay, so yeah, the first one was a
Oh.
temple to your goddess. It would not be that first
Yeah.
one. It would be another
It
temple to
wouldn't.
a different god.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second to check out my pantheon list because this guy would probably be going to a god of fortune, given that his is so shit. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So I would say like, how many temples do you think you went to before you were arrested?
I think I actually said that was the first one.
Oh, so that was the first one, and then you went on your journey, and then you were arrested.
Yeah.
Damn.
Maybe this
Okay.
guy's just unlucky. He was in
So-
the chantry with Anders.
So then yeah, I guess I had forgotten about that. Give me 1 second, because I'm rather than backtracking, I do want to give an opportunity for you to explore your backstory narratively more. So give me 1 second
Yeah.
to think real quick, and I'll figure out this. Okay, got it. He's like, oh, yes, the temple I was at was a temple to the Tide Father. It was out in Narnus. It was nice there before it wasn't. For those of you who would like to, you can make a history check. I will say that Lavelian, you don't have to make one because you were recently there. Yep.
Recheck.
Noise. Like I said, I already know, but I got lost. I'm not gonna lie.
Um.
Drink.
Okay, I'm back. What I miss?
This guy is telling you all that the um, place that he was at was a temple of the Tide Father in the Republic of Nanus. And I am giving you, Lachlan, and Sarah the ability to make a history check to see if you know about that. And Lavelian doesn't have to because she was recently there. That was where she had been before she was arrested.
History.
Rat bastards. What if I blew up the temple?
You definitely did not.
Well,
Okay. So,
way to ruin the mystery.
as you all are making your history check, you remember, because you were studying the map that was given to you as you were leaving Maverne. Nanus is part of the Imperial States proper. It's actually to the north of the capital city of Thalus. So here, where y'all are at in Rivertack, even further north is the capital of Thalus, and then further than that is the land of Nanus. So so going to Nanus would take you completely out of Stomalen entirely.
So yeah. So this temple wasn't the one that I went to.
No, it was not. Nanus is
That gives.
it's a
Yeah.
republic on the
Scary.
west coast of the Empire. It is a thriving trade republic that serves primarily as a coastal power that manages the trade and commerce for the Empire with the frontier kingdoms. So basically, if all of the other nations of the Empire serve in different capacities, Nanus is primarily the bankroller and economic backbone of the Empire.
So, first off, Sarah is relieved because she's been having doubts if it was her or not. followed by being once again worried because another temple has exploded and burst into flames. She gets back her focus and says, "Were you there? Please tell me."
Was I at the temple when it exploded?
Were you close by? Did you see anything?
I was in the temple when it exploded.
Oh. How did
Is
that
he covered in
go?
burns?
No, he's perfect. Like, despite how like horrible he's talking about his life, this man is relatively unmarred by damage, from what you can
Hmm.
see. Granted, the only thing that's visible to you are his hands and his face. But he doesn't look like
Hmm.
he's bearing any markings or injuries.
Did you see anyone there that was you didn't think didn't belong? I
He just
um,
points to
and
himself.
Oh no.
no, please. I look at him. I'm kind of even carried like the rest of them are around me. I'm just focused. I get close to him. It's like, it's not the only temple that exploded, and I pull out my holy symbol in front of him. My own temple has also exploded. I'm trying to find the one who's doing this.
Well, I didn't see anybody that didn't belong. But something odd did happen before it did explode.
Please tell me.
The fires of Ulue normally burn blue or burn a light green. Because he is a god of the ocean, so sea, salt, yes. But before the explosion, the flames turned black and then exploded.
Are there any gods known for black flames?
Don't know.
Um, Anyone that would like to can make a religion check. I will say it will be at disadvantage.
I was actually going to request disadvantage for Lachlan since he wouldn't know. He's never studied the gods.
Go, go, go.
Oh,
I just
great.
want to see what I got.
I would just say it would be a disadvantage because like normally, um, like symbology is one thing, but um occurrences of gods or at least like miracles or their presence in the world is primarily mythologized. So the amount of like instances of things being like and then the fire turned black would be too many to name to tether to one god, especially with the existence of magic in the world.
Yeah. The only black flame I know of is a Mataratsu.
Would you call me?
But no
So,
joke.
so my yeah, yeah. I rolled a 5. Honestly, considering how kind of a state she is in, it makes sense.
I would say that like yeah, you all know that there are a variety like this world has so many gods and spirits in it, as well as magic that flows and courses through the variety of different effects and powers that can be used. That one specific like the usage of black flame is not something new or different. So I'd say that like as you all are thinking like, is there an instance of a god that could do this? The more logical conclusion that comes to you uh, is if this is a god, it would have to be one powerful because the two temples that were attacked were of spirits of the 13. And if it's not, then it's probably someone using some magic shit.
Well, that narrows it down to everything.
You take some deep breaths. Yeah. I will find who did this. Thank you so much for the information. And I touch his shoulder. I grab my holy symbol. I may not be a deity. I may not serve the Tide Father, but hopefully your fortunes get better. Please.
I will ask Sarah to make me a luck check.
A luck check. Ooh. And I can't use my luck. For this.
For this
Okay.
instance, I will allow you to, only because I will say this to you here and now. This could be either really, really good or really, really bad.
Okay.
No
Okay.
pressure.
From his
I'm
campaign
gonna
away,
use
he
my
hears
luck.
guidance.
Well, yeah, it's just a retro regular 20. Something I'm not adding to it, so adding
Nope,
guidance wouldn't really matter.
Just a
to me.
D20.
Yeah, and I'm just shit posting.
So I'm gonna use my inspiration for this, so I can have advantage. Okay. 18.
Well, I can safely say this. As you touch this man and wish this thing upon him, Sarah, at least your good luck is not sapped away from you in this moment, and you are forever cursed. You are, as you pull your hand away, you definitely get the feeling that, like, had things gone horribly wrong in this moment, you would have been permanently cursed.
Damn.
Fuck. I was also going to do a thing where I went up like, this is my lucky silver coin. I hope it helps you. And I want to give it to him with the power of placebo effect.
So are you giving him a silver piece?
Yes, one silver piece. It's not lucky to Lachlan. It's not sentimental. It's just a coin he got yesterday.
It immediately turns black.
Oh, what?
Like the metal base, like, you watch as essentially the metal goes dull and like awful and terrible. And he just like looks at it and he goes, "Oh."
I've never seen silver ionize so fast. Who goes there? Red
That's
Beast.
red.
Well,
Also, thank you for your message on the map. It's very important.
Oh god, there's a message on the map.
Yes, it's very important.
wait.
I was on a
oh.
different map because I was trying to check something. And now I gotta. God damn it. I'll fix that later.
But yeah, Lachlan takes a few steps away from Sad Snape.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like this coin, like turns black, and as he just like goes to hand it back to you as like a "I'm sorry, I ruined your coin," like it's one of those things where like he goes to hand it to you. Do you take it?
No.
Okay, like he goes to hand it to you. You're like not taking it. He lets go of it, thinking you're gonna take it, and it just falls and just drops into the water. And he's just like, "Oh, yeah," just bloop.
It's okay.
So what am I cursed with?
Oh, you're
You
not cursed.
passed
I was
your
saying
D20.
you passed the
Oh.
the check. If you had failed,
Oh, I
you
thought
would
you
have
said-
been cursed. That's
I
why
thought it was okay.
That's why I told
I
you.
misheard you because I thought you said.
Yeah, that's why I said you are allowed to use your inspiration because this could be either really really good or really really bad.
Yeah,
Damn.
I thought you said if it was rolled bad, it would have been permanent. It was like, oh, so it's so I got something, but it won't be permanent. That's what I thought I heard.
Oh, you had
Okay.
a free heart attack this whole
No,
time.
you. So here's how it goes. Because you passed the check, I'll let you know what happened. If you had rolled a like if you'd rolled a natural one,
Uh-huh.
permanent
Uh,
terrible curse.
I rolled an 8 on my other die. Would that have been a bad curse?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
2 to 10 permanent normal curse.
Okay.
11 to 15 temporary curse. 16 to
Okay.
20 no curse.
Okay. So that luck saved me.
You
Okay.
rolled in the no curse range.
Bruh.
Ah. Okay, I could add a normal permanent curse or normal permanent curse if I didn't use that luck. Okay, I'm okay.
So, we all good to look for Grimace to ferry us to Radek?
I was gonna ask him ask
Oh,
this
go ahead.
fine gentleman one teensy weensy little thing. What was your name, by the way? That's not the thing I want to ask, but I just wanted to know your name.
Oh, my name is Alanis. Alanis Sneer.
Oh, that's a nice name.
It isn't.
Yes, it is. It sounds fancy, you know? I'm Lave. I'll just keep it at that, Lave. I was just looking for a certain someone. I wanted to see if anyone down here has seen them. I don't know how. Have you been down here long at all? Like,
Not terribly. I washed in with the tide. Literally.
I was about to ask.
Yes, after the explosion at the Temple of the Tide Father, I tried to charter a ship, but it didn't work out, so I stowed away. But then the ship was struck by lightning and capsized, and while the crew escaped safely, I was stuck on a sinking ship. And then, after days of drifting on a piece of driftwood, I floated into the sewers here, and I've been there ever since.
But you survived.
Is that you?
So,
What
there
is
might be
survival in the face of overwhelming misery?
Survival.
Huh?
Sorry, you were saying something?
Survival. Is my
He
mic
looks up.
bad?
He looks
Yeah, we
up
can hear you.
at Tusk and just kind of like shrugs.
hmm. It's like really good, but also really bad luck. Like, uh, has a malfunction. So about the person I'm looking for, I'm so sorry about the person I'm looking for, and I describe my papa. You know, this is them. Um,
I
taller, muscly man. You know, his name is. Sorry, I have to look back up all my crap. You know, first name is this. He might have passed through here, might have not.
don't know. I haven't been here that long. I was going to say if you're going to ask me about someone, you should probably ask someone else.
I'm back.
I can direct you to someone else, though, who will probably be more informed.
Oh, sure. Who?
That would be the sewer rat.
Sewer rat?
Yes.
Which person is that?
Oh, that's him right over there. And he just points, and you see, kind of posted up, at the corner of this building, he's been watching everything that y'all have been doing this entire time and is staring directly at your group. Is a blue tiefling man. Let me go ahead and upload the thing into the Ronin muted if I've got the token on here. Scrolling down because it's in one of my earlier token works. Damn, bitch, where'd you go? How far do I have to scroll in this fucking computer?
Excuse me.
There we are. As you all see, a small, thin, kind of blue tiefling man with a prosthetic arm who has been staring at you all this entire time and is not breaking eye contact at all.
I
Lachlan, is that you?
No, I don't have horns, mate.
And Alanis just goes, "That is the sewer rat. He would know about any person you're trying to find if they've come through here."
Oh, thank you very much. I'll give him a quick. He's just right there.
Yeah, he's right there, and he's
Oh.
staring directly at all of you.
Just turn to him, a wave, give him a little wave. Does he wave back?
No.
Is his prosthetic cooler than mine?
Yes.
Damn it!
His
It's
prosthetic
nice
is a
meeting
lot
you.
cooler than yours. His, it looks like, is made out of some kind of silver material with a brass and copper under built. So it's like the outside coating is like a kind of silver alloy, and then the interior components are made of like brass and copper.
Damn it!
Take notes.
Thank you, Mr. Sneer. For all your help. Hope things get better for you. I'm so sorry.
He goes, "It's okay. I appreciate that you are hoping things get better for me."
Yeah, I'm sure they will. Just keep trying.
"Well, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to open my dinner now." As he pulls out a can of beans and a can opener, tries to open the can of beans, it slips, like immediately flies from his hands, falls into the sewer water, and just sinks down. And as you all look over as well, you see that like because of the weird like the amount of force and the weird angle that he put in when trying to open it with the can opener, he has also somehow cut his hand open with the can opener. He goes, "No beans for Alanis."
Give him some bread.
Tusk will hand him some bread and just go, luck is an abstract concept. But even Even knowing that, holy shit, man.
No beans for Sneaker.
I think we've met our first person who might have a cursed bloodline.
God.
He begins to eat the bread, and
Not with the bloody hand, man. Come on.
no, 100% with the bloody hand. He's using the bread to partially soak up the blood.
Oh,
Josh
damn.
just shakes his head.
He is living his life unashamed because he's constantly
Good
in a
for
state
him.
of shame.
I
Good
can't
for
do
him.
this.
You can't be ashamed when you're always ashamed. Oh.
That's my secret, Captain. I'm always ashamed.
Just gonna skirt this way now. Have a good day.
As you all leave the scene, as this individual, hopefully his life turns around, we exit.
Scoot, scoot, scoot.
You all approach the sewer rat, and he's got his arms crossed. He's looking at you all as you approach, and he goes, "Ah, well, the fuck you want?"
I stab him. No, I'm kidding. It's like 2 minutes from my bedtime though that I set for myself. Frick.
Okay, gotcha. We can start rapping soon.
Yeah, excuse me. I mean, did anyone else have something to ask to say, or was it just me?
I have something that Tusk can ask, but you go first. You have the cutoff.
A fork. Hi. Sewer rat. Was it? Do you go by a different name or?
That's what they call me.
Right. If you want me to call you something else, just let me know. Had just a quick question for you, if you would do me the pleasure of answering. So have you seen describes her dad and everything, all of that. Have you seen some men like that come through? Maybe?
You seen a guy like that?
You know. Oh, did he go by a different name or something? I don't know.
I mean, I saw a guy like that, but he's not exactly how you describe him. He didn't go by that name.
Um, what, what do they look like?
He describes essentially like a um tiefling man um who had dark purple skin, one horn, um kind of similar build to your dad, but this guy had some scars, a bit of facial hair. Hair was not the same as how your dad's is. Eye color was different. Um, and additionally, he said that like the way this guy uh, carried himself was more like because if you do you tell him anything about like your dad's job or stuff like that, or just describe your dad physically?
I guess probably. Well, everyone down here is a criminal, so maybe just a little bit like, yeah, well, how much of my dad had told me about it? He helped people get to and from places. A little bit on the illegal side. You know how it is.
So he says that this guy didn't necessarily move like a smuggler. This guy moved more like a soldier.
Also, he's a
Hmm.
Philball. Strangest thing.
What did they go by?
Uh, let's see. What did he go by? What did he go by? Guy went by the name of Rust.
They're writing stuff down in her journal. Rust. Hmm. Okay. Have you heard any talk of the person I'm describing at all? Like talk of a smuggler of sorts?
Not in these parts.
Damn it.
I mean, I know there was that thing up in Nanus a while back, but I heard that they were trying to deal with that guy, and he got out, and no one knows where he's at now. Granted, the people in Nanus, they're trying to spin it. They're like, "Oh no, we released him. It's part of our new program." They didn't fucking do shit. He got out.
Oh, sounds right. God, he could be anywhere.
I mean,
Fa-
listen, you're trying to find somebody who's wanted by the Empire. Easy,
yes.
easy solution. You go somewhere where they ain't.
Oh, sounds like a solid plan. Thank you very much for your time. Do you like go by anything else other than Surat or?
I mean, I got a name for my friends.
Oh. Well, if you ever want more friends, I'm Lave. And
Okay.
this is my group. We don't have a name still, I forgot.
As a group, no.
Damn it. We're a super cool group. Nice to meet you though, Surat.
We're the problems.
He looks over at you, Lachlan, as you speak up, and he looks at Fengear, and then he looks at your arm, and he goes, that arm's a fucking problem, buddy.
Thank you.
That. Mm. He shakes his
I'm
head.
making a
He's trying.
Give me a month. My own will be twice as good as yours.
He looks at his arm, and he just looks at you, and he goes, okay.
Lachlan O'Fallon. Remember the name.
Sure.
I
Mr.
don't think you should
Rat.
be just doing that.
Yep. And he looks over at Tusk now.
Have you seen anyone with a tattoo of an opening?
Depends. Who's asking?
Me?
But who are you?
Tusk.
Is that a stage name, or is that your actual
People who
name?
speak. It's the closest people who don't speak Orcish come to pronouncing my name.
Ah, and then he immediately switches to Orcish and starts talking to you in Orcish.
Oh fuck yeah!
So he's just like, so what's your real name then? And like, so for the purpose of this, we can just like speak in English, and we'll just pretend it's in Orcish.
Yeah. Tusk.
He's just like, all right, cool. He goes, well, about your Oni guy, he's like, first off, I've heard of your family. I'm surprised to see one of you down here, but not that surprised. I heard there was some commotion up in the islands. If this Oni
Yeah.
guy is related to that commotion, I can tell you about them. I don't know where to find them.
I'll take that.
He nods. He goes, so the Oni, and this for this he switches back to common so that you and your whole group can be on the up and up. So the Oni people are part of a group called the Akuma. And the Akuma basically are, think of them like in the shogunate lands there's a group of people called shinobi. They're like ninjas, that's the common thing that everyone calls them down here. We call them ninjas. They're like stealthy assassin rogue type people. Um, and there's different clans. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. The Akuma is no clan. It's a syndicate of a bunch of different shinobi from different clans who've been exiled, basically been kicked out of their fucking clan for being pieces of shit. And they take whatever contract mercenary work they can get. Typically, they work for the highest bidder, but I've heard some rumblings recently that they've been getting some exclusive contracts as hired blades for members of the nobility of the shogunate if they want to, say, turn the knife on someone else, some other family, but make it look like they didn't do nothing.
So they hired up the nobles to go and kill the nobles.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tess seems somewhat confused by that, but he's following.
It's
Oh wait,
bullshit
no.
power
He was
games,
following.
man.
Thank you.
No
I need to
problem.
send a letter home.
And he extends his robotic hand to shake with yours, Tusk.
I take it.
He grabs your hand, pulls you in close, and whispers his real name in your ear.
Oh,
I will message that to you, and he will tell. He is going to tell one other person in your party.
uh, Tusk understands the action behind pulling him in and whispering and just nods to him.
The other person he goes to tell is he walks towards Lachlan, and he goes, "I will remember your name." And then he extends his hand, then goes down to shake Fingir's paw, pulls Fingir in, and whispers his name in Fingir's ear.
Lachlan chuckles. Very wise. Fengir here is the smallest of the two of us.
He looks at you, Lachlan, and just goes, "Just make sure for your next arm you put the level of dedication into your arm as you did to him. And then you
The
can
arms
beat,
are
then you can beat my arm."
the arms are work in progress. Mark II. Didn't have a lot of resources. He's after my shop burned down.
Well, anything else y'all got for me?
Oh yeah,
We
we're looking
are
for a
looking
drug dealer.
for Radek.
Well, Sounds like you need to take Grimace's ferry.
Sounds like it. Anything we should know about Radek before we meet him?
Uh, he looks over your weapons, and you deal a pack in silver.
Oh, fuck.
Hmm. Can we acquire that here?
Here? No. Topside? Yeah.
Do you guys have any means of? Yeah, fuck it. We're going to have to go back up topside, aren't we?
We won't be well supplied, then yes.
Thanks for the warning.
Better than going in blind, eh?
I can. Lachlan looks at the group. If we can get enough silver, I can coat our weapons in it fast.
Okay. How much would we need?
How much would we need?
Are you asking? Are you asking the sewer rat? Or are you asking
Yeah,
me, the DM?
Asking the DM how much would Lachlan know he would need to coat everyone's weapons in silver.
Or if
So
we could just take our silver weapons.
the way that I've ruled it in the past, to make the most effective use out of silvering the edge of a weapon, I usually rule it as about 1 pound per foot of material. So if you're doing a foot of steel, that is 1 pound. If you're doing, like if the edge of an axe or like long sword is considered 3 feet, that'd be um, 3 pounds per each side. Now, granted, raw silver ore is not terribly expensive. Um, and again, it wouldn't be the hardest thing for you all to acquire. It would just be the processing that would take time. Granted, I will say this. Given the fact that like Lachlan got like went in, picked up this note and got all this stuff, you figure that there's probably some time that you've got before anything bad might befall the kidnapping victims. Like this is not a immediate time sensitive thing. You have
We
time
have.
to prepare.
Wait. Next shipment. Are these people smuggling whale people? Are they...
Could be. Could be infecting them, then shipping them to places to cause trouble, or they could be shipping them into the city, or it could just be a simple human trafficking ring headed by a flight.
Either way, if we have time, I can get us outfitted. I might be even able to get Levelian hooked up with some silvered arrowheads, and if Mally's willing, I might be able to silver the tip of his whip. Unless we
You
find
would
like a
definitely be able to
chain
pull
whip.
that off.
1 second.
But yeah, we have a way back to the surface, thankfully.
That's okay. Night, night. Take care, everyone. Night, Nancy. Good night. Thanks, everybody.
You be.
We're clear.
Really, really glad I turned him down before he muted, so that way I didn't catch anything that shouldn't be.
Welcome back, Red.
But yeah, you all will have time to be able to handle all that. And we'll probably wrap here in the next few minutes, just so we can pick up next time.
Yeah.
So I'll say that as you all head back to the surface, I'll bring you all back to the Siren stage. You all have a plan and a means of attack. It is just a matter of getting things together. So it is currently about noon. Well, not noon. It'd be about 2 p.m. that y'all get back. So y'all have spent a better part of your morning and into the afternoon getting through the sewers and navigating, getting information. It might be a good idea, as you were saying, Lachlan, to bathe before attempting anything else, especially if you're going shopping for silver and stuff.
Yeah, Lachlan will put on a change of clothes, burn the ones he has.
Yeah, it would probably be a good idea to get cleaned up. But we'll probably wrap here for the night and pick up again next time.
Hell
All right.
yeah.
Glad I could make it for at least a little bit of it.
Yeah!